Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you, and we have got a wonderful recording artist with us, and a new TV series coming out on the Nashville Country Television Network, Miss Rebecca Mae Lawless. How are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you today, Steve?
Well, we're hanging in there. Yeah, we're hanging in there. Excited to get to talk to you about all the stuff that you've got going on. You've been playing. I mean, you've got gospel, you've got country. I love the gospel stuff, no doubt. And then you got this new country television series coming out. Tell us what's going on.
Well, first of all, thank you for your time. I appreciate you letting me be on your show for just a little while. Thank you.
No, we're glad to have you, girl.
Thank you. I am normally a touring musician until 2019 when I lost my husband, and then COVID crazy came to town, as we all know. And so I had to kind of do something. So I had a light bulb experience and started this show that I'm doing, this television show, out of my living room. And I started it with my iPhone, and then it's now, to make a long story short, I tell people this in person sometime if I ever see them. But now it's being filmed with real television cameras for a television network, and it's now in front of a live audience, which is very cool. And that part's new to me, with hosting in front of a live show. I've sung gazillions of times in front of people, but hosting a show is a little bit different, and so it's a new learning curve, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh,
but
yeah. Now you filmed last night. Did y'all not film last night?
No, we do it tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, we do it every Thursday night at 7 Central here in the Nashville area.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then you have not only do you have this music guest on, or who all do you have?
Yeah, we usually have, I usually try to do 2 music guests because it's a 90-minute show now that it's in front of a live audience. It used to only be a half hour when I was doing it in my home.
Right.
But wanted to make sure that it was a decent experience for people actually driving to come see something.
Oh, yeah.
So we have 2 music guests, one on the first half hour, and then I've been trying in the middle half hour to either have a veteran or a veteran organization come and speak to, if it's a veteran, to their comrades, and then to the civilians, what we should be doing to help our veterans. And then if it's a veteran organization, then of course they tell what they offer and what they do to help our veterans. And then the third half hour is the closing musical guest. So it's a very busy 90 minutes, but it's been so much fun, as well as education on what we as civilians should be doing for our veterans. So it's a good thing.
I'm all about the veterans. We try to help down here all we can. I think they get left out. We've got a big thing coming up. Salute to our veterans. We do. Well, we don't. They ask us.
We help do it.
Yeah, they ask us to help, which is an honor for us that they do down here. Yeah. And it's but I'm like you. I think the veterans just get lost in the cracks, and people don't realize. Yeah.
Right.
So
and we seem to be, and I'm just realizing this myself. It's not something that I know. I'm just realizing that I'm in the Vietnam era veteran,
right?
And it's even more difficult for them. I had a retired lieutenant commander on my show just not that long ago, all the way up from Texas, and he is a Vietnam era veteran, and he was saying some of the things that he has experienced through his life, and it's just like, holy mackerel! I need to remember that I'm in the Vietnam era veteran, and we need to be lifting them up.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's pretty wild to learn all of this stuff, because I'm a daughter and a sister of a veteran,
Right.
but they weren't lifers,
Right.
so I don't know all of the ins and outs of all of this.
Well, now I didn't. John. You interviewed John Michael Montgomery's son, Walker.
I did, just a moment, yes.
I didn't even know he had a son. That's crazy.
I didn't either until I met him. It was at the kickoff for the network a couple of weeks ago that my show is on, which is Nashville Country Television Network, that can be found on Amazon Fire Stick, Roku, and Android TV. Coming up soon. We're in the editing processes, so hopefully this month it'll be ready.
Yeah.
But I did get to, when we had the kickoff, I was walking by this gentleman that was standing on the sidelines because I was trying to get backstage because I wanted to get to Mark Wills,
Right.
is where my mind was going. And so I was bombing by this guy with my camera lady in tow, and he stops me and he looks at me and he goes, "Do you know who I am?" And I looked up at him and I went, "No, sir, should I?" And he goes, "Well, I'm so-and-so, and I handle Walker Montgomery." And I went, "Oh, well, that's really nice." He goes, John Michael Montgomery's son. And then the light went on.
Yeah.
And I went, "Oh, no kidding." And so he said, "He's here tonight." And he said, "Would you like to talk to him?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And so after I got done with Mark Wills and Carolyn Dawn Johnson, I bombed back out to the front of the house, and he dragged me outside and got to speak with Walker Montgomery.
Wow.
Very nice young man, and I'm certain that he's talented, just like his dad. I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
heard him sing.
He
But
looks
he's
like his
supposed to-
dad. There's no doubt.
I know it.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to come on my show, so I'm super excited about that. So we'll get that narrowed down here pretty soon. So,
Well, now,
yeah.
did you get up with Mark Wills? He was actually raised here where we're at. Mark was.
That's what he said. I did. I spoke with him just for a brief moment, and he wants to come on my show sometime at some point soon too. I just need to round him up with his the guy that actually books his touring events,
Right.
and we'll get to that here pretty soon. I'm assuming.
Yeah, we did a show with him. I don't know, a couple of years ago before COVID, and I'll never forget.
Oh, wow.
I'll never forget what he told me. He said, "Get off my bus." I'll never forget that.
Hey, Stephen has failed to mention one thing. I'm actually trolling through your Facebook right now, and we've talked about music and all these famous people, but he has not mentioned your jams. I'm looking
yeah.
at a caramel pecan apple butter. Oh my gosh!
Oh yes. I have. It's funny because a friend of mine provides me with all of these, and they have gone to, as of the day before yesterday, 40 states out of the union now have enjoyed my jams.
Wow.
I have shipped so many jars of jam since COVID crazy, and then an occasional person that I'll run into at a show when things have started opening up a tiny bit might be from a different state, but the majority of those 40 states I've actually shipped to.
I don't.
So it's
It
pretty
looks good.
wild.
Well, have you shipped any to Georgia yet? 'Cause I'm just looking here. I don't see any here on the counter.
I actually don't think Georgia is in that count yet. So come on, 41.
There you go. I'm ready. I got it. Like Matt King, he sent me coffee, so if I can get some jam from you, I'll have my morning made.
Well, if somebody wanted to get some of this jam, how would they do that?
Yes,
It
thank you
looks
for
good.
asking. You can just either send me a message on my Rebecca Mae, and that's MAE, Lawless page, or you can go to RebeccaMaeLawless.com and under the store. And not all flavors are listed, so it might behoove the person to send either an email or send me a message on Facebook, because I have like 8 or 10 different flavors. I can't remember right this minute because it's crazy. But yeah, Rebecca Mae Lawless, and it's MAE, and then Lawless is like against the law, which I try not to be too often.
Well, I can't say that. I love that last name, Lawless. That is so cool. But now you're still performing.
Matt.
You're still performing. You still do gospel in this, and you're still out there on playing.
I do some shows. I'm not out on the road hard doing touring like my husband and I were, because I sold my RV when he passed away and that sort of thing. So my show is what I'm trying to build to become me now.
Right.
I will go out and do some road tours if I can, but I'm not out there, 2 and 3 and 4 months at a time like my hubby and I were.
Right.
So yeah,
And
but yeah, still performing out away from my show as often as I can. I was on. It seems like I'm guesting more than anything on shows these days, which is awesome because I get in front of a different crowd that doesn't know who I am yet.
right.
And so that part's cool. I was just on the Music City Hayride here in Nashville on Tuesday afternoon. So that was fun with Dean Holman, and that was fun. That's another veteran
Right.
supportive show, so it's very fun.
So now this TV series, when is it actually going to air? Do you know? Have you got the date down on that?
I don't have the hard date. I had an editor that was working on stuff, and yesterday she handed stuff off to me, and I either have to learn. Speaking of that, if there's anybody out there that feels like helping me edit, I could sure use an editor.
Yeah.
It was too much. She works like I think 4 different jobs. Plus, she's trying to learn this editing thing. Plus, she's in college, and it was just too much. So she handed it back, and she said, "I don't think I have time to do it right." And I appreciated that she actually said she didn't have time to do it right. She could do it, but not right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm I'm looking for that. So I'm going to probably start teaching myself how to do some of that if I can manage it in between everything else. And I want to get it up the 3rd week of August. That's the plan.
Right.
And so it's probably going to be lots of long days and nights of learning how to edit. But yes, anybody out there?
There you go. There you go. So now, what is the name of the show?
The name of the show is my name, the Rebecca Mae Lawless Show. I figured I would just gear it like after Ralph Emery.
There you go. Now you talking.
And I actually, what's that?
I said, I'm with you on that 100%.
I actually spoke to Ralph Emery just recently, and I was trying to get him to come on my show, but, he's an a quite elderly gentleman now.
Right.
And, he's a little frail, and so he said that he had to decline, which was kind of a bummer because I wanted to interview the host of all hosts, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just nice to be able to actually speak to him on the phone and have him talk to me a little bit about it.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Well, girl, we have got to get to a break. Tell everybody again all your contact information where they can dig this up and get to watch it and see what's going on with you because you've got a lot of stuff going on. And
I do, yes. So go to RebeccaMaeLawless.com, M-A-E again, don't forget, folks, like Mae West, RebeccaMaeLawless.com, or Facebook, Rebecca M. Lawless, or if you would I would love it if you'd go over and like my artist page, which is my full name,
right,
on Facebook. That would be awesome. Follow us around, see what we're doing. It seems like every day, just about, I have something pop up that I can post. And then you can grab my jams off of RebeccaMaeLawless.com or just send me a message on Facebook. My show is going to be under Nashville Country Television Network. It's a lot, which will be on Amazon Fire Stick, Roku, and Android TV. And I'm hoping that the hard date for my show up on the network is by the 3rd week of August, but I will keep people posted.
All right, well, give us a call. We'll get you back on, talk about that when that comes out. That work.
Thank you.
Girl, I
Thank you
so appreciate it. We got to get to a break, and you can go back to bed now.
Well, I won't, but thank you.
There you go. All right.
Thanks for the permission.
There you go. Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.